Oh, just woke up. I just woke up. Today we're gonna do something a little bit different. I'm gonna try my hand at building a flower pot. Saw some pretty cool plans on Pinterest and they looked really nice, and I made a really big one for my mom for Mother's Day. So I figured I'd make a video on how to make smaller ones because I want to make smaller ones. That one was huge. It was really big, and it's kind of made for either like a really big plant like the fern that I put in there, or multiple smaller flowers. So this one's going to be kind of like for like a single flower, you know, just maybe some tulips or something like that. You can put some dirt in, and that's what we're going to be building today. So yeah, let's go ahead and get the cuts ready. Made a slight correction because of a mistake that I made. I put my line on here and I cut it backward. So I had to correct that. So the new measurements are 13 3/8 on the top, and then on the smaller side after the 5-degree cut is 12 7/8. So the next one that's going to be below it needs to be the top, the longest part needs to be 12 7/8. I'm going to do a 5-degree cut from there as well. Figure out what that is as we go. So I'm not going off, I'm going off from what I remember the last plans that I had. Just going off memory because I changed it. The last plans that I had was a lot bigger. This one's going to be a lot smaller. So taking the same idea, but we're making it our own today. So I need to make 4 of these cuts at a 5-degree angle. And then we'll move on to the second row, and then finally the third row.
So at this point, I am measuring out the boards, and I want to make sure that I have the right length. Originally, it was going to be 13 1/4, and I made a mistake and I cut 2 of the boards incorrectly. So I had to correct that mistake by making the boards a little bit shorter, knocking them down to 13 and something. I don't remember. But at this point, I'm just cutting everything down with a 5-degree angle, and I'm trying to make it all perfect as best that I can, using my clamps in the back to keep the longer portion of the boards together, and also using an old table that I stole from a apartment I used to live in a long time ago. PLP Properties, you can go suck eggs. And here you can see I'm cutting the 2x2s. You can see that broken part. That's part of that cull wood that I was talking about. This part that I'm cutting here that doesn't look bad was actually the other half that got broken off, and I had cut the bad part off of that wood a couple weeks ago, so it wasn't too bad. But yeah, as I say later in the video, all together $6.40. That's all I had to pay to get all that wood there. And this, I'm at a 45-degree angle. I'm just doing a miter cut here, just to get a nice little angle on there, just so the feet look a little decorative. And then I go for the second pass here to really make it stand out. I think those points for feet look amazing. I really do enjoy it. Really neat. And there's all 4 done at that point. Now here I noticed that one of the legs was a little bit longer than the other 4, and then one of the other legs was a little shorter than the others. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to cut all these legs down just a little bit with a circular saw and make them all perfectly flush. Using my speed square there as a guide just to keep my circular saw straight, and it worked out pretty well. Now this tool right here is fantastic. It is the Kreg pocket hole joiner drill set thing. I don't know the exact name of it. I could look at the box a couple feet away from me, but I'm lazy. This tool right here, you can find it at Home Depot. I'm sure Lowe's has it as well. It is $99 and worth every penny. This thing makes it so easy to put things together. It comes with everything that you need. There's a step drill bit right there, as you can see on the screen. It has 2 separate pieces to allow you to get your screws into the wood easily, hide them, and it keeps a very, very strong joint, or a very strong union where they come together. And this, what I'm doing right here, I'm actually just setting the depth. So whatever type of wood that you're using, which I'm using 3/4, you have to set the depth of your collar on the drill bit to 3/4, and on the device itself, it has everything measured out. So that's what I'm doing in this screen right here, just tightening the Allen key to make sure that the collar doesn't move as I'm drilling. And you can also change the depth on the device itself to 3/4, just to make sure that when you put your screws in, you don't drive them in too far or not far enough, to make sure that you do have a good solid connection in your joints. I'm not sponsored by Kreg. That'd be awesome if I was, but I just want to let you know this thing is excellent. There's a lot of different ones out there on the market. This is the one I've always heard about, and it's the one that I choose to use, and I do recommend it. Very easy to use, very simple gadget, and makes things wonderful.
So my drill died, my drill battery died, had to go charge it. So that's what we did, and in the meantime I went to Home Depot to get some more wood for some other projects. But anyway, I went ahead and finished up all the pocket holes that I need to put in for this flower pot. As you can see, I put everything together just like that. So you can get kind of an idea of the way this is going to look. A little bit of a slant here, a little bit of a slant here, 5-degree angle. And then you got these feet here. Now my idea was to have the feet pointed inward, so when it's, when it sits, it'd be sitting like this. But Alicia likes it like this, with the point sitting outward. So I guess we'll go with the outward looking point. As you can see, it's mitered at a 45-degree angle on 2 sides. And that's the way we're going to have all 4 legs. So in this step, you want to make sure that all of the legs are pointing in the correct direction before you start attaching everything. Otherwise, you're going to have some legs pointing one way and other legs pointing a different way. But you don't want to do that. So typically, the original plans that I had used 3/4 inch cedar, which looks like this, which looks really good with a stain to it. This wood right here was some coal wood that I found at Home Depot. I got 2 giant, I shouldn't say 2 giant, We got 2 8-foot boards for $3. And typically the cedar is roughly about like $6 or $7 for every 8 feet. So the cull wood, if you can find straight pieces, in my opinion, is the way to go, because you can get basically the same boards depending on what your dimensions are, what you need to do. Since they can't sell it at full price for the length that they typically would, if you just need a small part, you can get the cull wood, cut off the bad section, and now you got a board for 70% off. And that's what I did. And one of these boards, I put the pocket holes on the wrong side, so now there's purple paint on the outside. Not a big deal. This is a cheap project. All this wood, the 2x2s and the 1x4 or 1x6 wood that I have here, all of it together was $6.40. So not too bad. Still making out. Even if it's not perfect, it's gonna look pretty good.
Okay, so I get it. I'm cutting grass. You're probably sitting there thinking to yourself, why are you cutting grass in a video that's supposed to be about building a flower planter? Well, it was supposed to be originally in this video a "This is my typical Friday." I cut the grass, I build some projects, I do some work around the house. That was the original idea. But the planter, that took over the majority of the video. However, I spent so much time recording and I made so much footage recording me cutting the grass that I was like, I'm not gonna waste this footage. I'm just gonna put it in the video, and you're gonna sit here and watch me make my grass look beautiful. I mean, don't you think my yard looks good? I do. Anyway, let's get back to the build.
There we go. Typical Friday. Now that we got the grass cut and I've got the boards cut here, next thing we do is to assemble. That's what we're going to do here. So hey, if you made it this far in the video, I just got done editing it, so I'm making this right now. It's about 3 in the morning. If you made it this far in the video, why don't you go ahead and give this video a like, share with your friends, put a comment down below if you want to build the same flower pot, or if you at least thought this video was inspirational, funny. I try to be funny. I'm not very funny, but I try to be. But if you like this video, go ahead and give it a like, give it a thumbs up, give it a heart, wherever you find this video, you know, do that. And, you know, just have a good day. And with that, I'm Roger, and I'm out. Peace.